The following is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, as always, Luke Robinson. Thank you so much for being with us today. We have set aside 2 segments for Josh Bean of AL.com because, of course, next week is the finals, the basketball finals for both boys and girls in the state of Alabama. And there's so much talent, so many great teams coming to the BJCC. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make your plans to be there next week at Legacy Arena, BJCC. It's going to be so much fun. Our team, AHSAA Radio Network, will be there all week long, bringing you all the action, and there is going to be some fantastic basketball games. So be sure to join us, or if you can't join us there at the BJCC, just listen to us. You can find us anywhere on AL.com. We'll be back in just a minute to get started with Inside the AHSAA.
The CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take an E! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola gonna give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste! 0 calories!
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson again. Want to welcome in now maybe the busiest man in the state of Alabama, and that's Josh Bean from AL.com. Josh, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Hope you're well.
I am, and I say that you're the busiest man in Alabama, and I'm not I'm not exaggerating here, I don't think. I think that's absolutely correct. I mean, you've got to have your finger on the pulse of just about every game out there, and there are plenty of good ones out there right now in boys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of year where we're here at the end of basketball. You know, we have 4 regional tournaments at 4 separate sites going on. Started last week, continued this week, and, that's setting the stage for the state basketball tournament in Birmingham next week. We just finished the state wrestling tournament. We got baseball and softball starting. So, yeah, it's when it comes to high school sports in our state right now, it is a really busy time.
There's no doubt, and I think most of the talk in the state is going to be about basketball. And let's start with the boys' side of things, where I know Mountain Brook got a big win today over a Huffman team that has given them fits this year, but Mountain Brook has been able to overcome just about every time.
Yeah, I mean, look, this Mountain Brook team is really, really good. It starts with Trendon Watford, the 6'9" junior, Mr. Basketball candidate, and he really, took over at the end of that game to beat Huffman in the regional final. He had 2 big buckets in the last 2 minutes. I mean, he was playing with 4 fouls. I mean, he just, he's such a mature player to go with being an elite athlete. And then they got a bunch of really good high school players around him. They believe in their system. And, their system works. They're going to be in Birmingham for state semifinals for the 5th time in the last 6 years. You don't do that by accident. You do it by, strong coaching, good players, being committed to your system. But here they are, I think they've won 3 of the last 5. And they can make it another one next week in 7A.
I think it's an official dynasty at this point, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, look, Bucky McMillan, their coach, has done such a good job, and they got good players, but they have a system that they are very committed to it. They play a very up-tempo style. For the most part, they're shooting layups and 3-pointers. And free throws, not a whole lot in between, but they really believe in what they do, and it's proven the test of time. It really works.
Let's talk about Hazel Green for a second. They also have a fabulous basketball player on that team, and they got a big win today.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so interesting the way this has worked out. For Hazel Green, I think when we came into the year, we felt like their girls' team was destined to get back to Birmingham. But the boys' team, you just weren't quite sure. We knew they were good, but were they good enough to win the whole thing? And here they are. Both of their teams, I believe, will be in Birmingham next week. I think that's the first time that's ever happened in school history. That's pretty cool when that happens for any team. But, that's a program that's had some success in sports other than football. And here we are in sports other than football. They're thriving again.
And how about Hoover today, or I should say, how about Sparkman today, beating Hoover in both the boys and girls matchups? And so both Sparkman representatives will be moving on to Birmingham. Meanwhile, Hoover is sent home.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the Hoover girls losing was probably the biggest surprise so far in regional play. I mean, look, they've been the number 1 team all year. I don't think they had lost to anybody in the state until the regional final. And they had, most of those in-state games have really been on cruise control. So they definitely seem like the team to beat without question. So that was a surprise. And, the Super Boys team has been really, really good all year. Jamari Blackman, their point guard, was such a good scorer. They added a 6'11" transfer in the offseason. They seem like a team that, maybe we were going to see them in Mountain Brook clash in Birmingham, and certainly the state basketball tournament organizers would love to see that just for the crowd, the huge crowd that you would expect at that kind of a game. So that's not going to happen. Like you said, Sparkman won both boys and girls in Hansville today, which was pretty cool.
And one team we won't see that we do normally see in Birmingham, that's Midfield. How disappointed do you think is that community for not being able to participate in this particular tournament?
Yeah, I mean, look, that team was playing so well. That's a team with only 1 senior. So the great majority of that team will be back next year. But look, that's the defending state champ. They played a great game last year in Birmingham against a really good Plainview team, and Plainview is a team that played fantastic all year long. That's a team that shoots a lot of threes. I think they set the single game record for 3-point attempts earlier this season. So yeah, I mean, I think at least for me, I kind of start looking ahead in the tournament, like what's a marquee matchup? What's a great game that we might see? And Midfield and Plainview was certainly that game in 3A boys. You almost hoped that we would get to see that again, but won't happen. Really disappointing for that team. For folks who haven't been following it, turned out they played too many regular season games, so essentially the punishment is you have to forfeit your next game, and the next game happened to be a playoff game, which eliminated midfield from the playoff. A really unfortunate circumstance for that team. That was definitely a team with a great chance to win another state championship.
Josh, hang tight with us. We're going to have one more segment with you when we come back on Inside the AHSAA.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More
to come.
More Wilson.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Take a knee. Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes the snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero.
Take a lap! Coke Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back into Inside the AHSAA. I want to continue our discussion with Josh Bean from AL.com. Josh, one question I have about the finals, which are coming up in Birmingham. Do you think that the people that are at the finals and oversee the entire event, meaning the AHSAA, Knight Eady, the city of Birmingham, et cetera, would they rather have local teams like your Midfields, your Hoovers, or would they rather have teams that have to travel a pretty good distance to get there, maybe for tourism, et cetera?
Well, I think you want a healthy mix of the two. You know, we've seen when Mountain Brook plays there, or I guess it's been 5 or 6 years ago when Vestavia played. You know, they bring this huge crowd. You know, certainly there have been those times when Parker's played there, and they brought a huge crowd. So you love having that sort of that built-in local flavor of teams coming, and certainly some of those teams. You know, Homewood's done it, Mountain Brook's done it, where, you know, if they play during the day, that they'll let their students will be excused from class to come to the game. And that really ramps up the number of people there, and the atmosphere is amazing. But I do think you also, you know, you want some people from outside the area. You don't want it to be a Birmingham-only tournament. And, you know, we know we're going to have that. You know, certainly when teams come from a longer distance, the Mobile teams, for instance, they don't bring as many people, and so you might not have the exact same atmosphere. But, yeah, I think for the most part you're hoping for a healthy mix, and generally speaking that's what we get because of the, you know, certainly the way the regional play is set up. You know, you're not going to have all Birmingham teams or all Huntsville teams or all Montgomery teams. We're going to have a nice healthy mix of teams coming to Birmingham.
Couple of smaller classification schools which will be in the mix. I know Lynette will be, and they are an absolute joy to watch. If you enjoy just fun basketball, athletic basketball, check out this Lynette team because they are something to see.
Yeah, they really get up and down the floor. You know, they've won the 2A title the last 2 years. They're working on number 3. You know, it's been a lot of the same guys. You know, Anquavius Pollard, Emmanuel Littles, which ironically his name is Littles, but he's 6'9". Those are their 2 big guys. You know, Christian Story, their quarterback from the football team, is a really good guard on that team. So, you know, that's a team that has a lot of experience and a lot of athleticism. And you're right, they really are a fun team to watch. So, you know, for folks who are looking for somebody to go see, particularly those first couple of days of the state tournament, that Lynette Boys team is definitely one that's fun for fans to go see.
And Sacred Heart will be there again with Deontay Wood. That's a player that, I mean, he might as well just have a condo in Birmingham. They've been there so often.
I'm telling you, I mean, you know, I imagine they just make the same reservations every year and stay in the same place. But Deontay Wood is a really exciting player for folks who haven't seen him. You know, 6'5" wing. He signed with Alabama. You know, he's just a really exciting player. You know, whether he was playing in 7A or 1A, he's an elite player, and you know, we've seen him. He was the 1A MVP last year, and when you play Sacred Heart, you've definitely got to deal with him. So that can be a really difficult task for some small schools. Decatur Heritage really did a good job against him in the regional. You know, I think that was the number. I think Decatur Heritage was ranked number 2 at the end of the year. So the number 1 and number 2 teams can't meet in Birmingham. But yeah, I mean, Deontay Wood is a guy. He's just a super duper player, and he's got that Sacred Heart team back, chasing another championship. You know, they won the last 3 in 1A. Maybe he'll finish his career with 4 of them.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk over to the girls' side. And who over there with the females will be one of the superstars of the show coming up at the finals?
Well, you know, Spain Park, I got to see them again today. You know, Sarah Ashley Barker, the daughter of legendary Alabama quarterback Jay Barker. She's an SEC prospect. She played really well in a regional final today. She scored Spain Park's first 16 points, finished with 24. For folks who saw the 7A girls final last year, she made the 3-pointer at the end of regulation that forced overtime. She's a very solid player, you know, about 6 feet. She can step out and make threes. I think she's a really exciting player and someone who's, I mean, she's destined to play in the SEC, whether that's at Alabama, whether it's at Auburn. You know, if she goes to Auburn, that could certainly make Thanksgiving dinner interesting in the Barker house. But she's definitely going to go somewhere in the SEC. It seems impossible that she won't, and she's a really exciting player.
There's no doubt about it, but there's going to be a lot of great action taking place at the finals. Is there one matchup that's already set that you're looking most forward to?
I'll be honest with you, and I haven't seen exactly who's playing who. I think Spain Park will play Lee Montgomery's girls, which Zippy Broughton, the five-star guard from Lee, who's signed with Rutgers, will be in that game against Sarah Ashley Barker and Claire Holt in that Spain Park team. I think that'll be a really fun one. I think seeing that Plainview team with as many threes as they take, that style of play will be interesting to see if any, without midfield available, see if anybody in 3A can slow that up-tempo offense down. I think both of those will be interesting to see.
Well, Josh, I know you better go ahead and get some sleep, bud, because next week is going to be just a basketball-a-thon all over the place. I mean, it starts early in the morning and it ends about mid-evening, but it's sort of like going into somewhere in Vegas and you go into the BJCC at about 8 in the morning or maybe 7:30 in the morning, and you come out at about 9:30 at night, and you don't even know where the time went, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And, if you're there the whole week, you start dreaming about hearing basketballs bouncing. But it is one of the best days of the week. I mean, best weeks of the year on the high school scene. And, certainly for folks in the central part of the state, it gives you you got a great menu of options, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, to see some great high school basketball.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for being with us, and look forward to catching up with you next week, okay?
Hey, thanks for having me.
That was Josh Bean with AL.com. Always does a great job. And if you want to find out anything about what's going on in the AHSAA, go check out AL.com. We'll be back to wrap up the show.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calories!
June will mark 10 years of providing quality t-shirts, athletic uniforms, and promotional products for Lee Apparel. Our success is due in large part to the customers we serve in the Lake Martin community and the great state of Alabama. Our hopes are for many more years of success and growth. Contact Lee Apparel today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at leeapparel.com.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
That's going to do it for Inside the AHSAA. Next week, it is the finals. So be ready for them because it's going to be a lot of fun. If you've never been before, I'm telling you, it's something you will not regret. Go and just make a plan to take one day, just one whole day, and get there for the first game and stay till the last game. Yeah, you'll see some games. You'll see a couple of blowouts. That'll happen, but you'll see some buzzer beaters and you'll see some fabulous talent. You'll see some guys that'll end up playing in the NBA or some gals that'll end up playing in the WNBA. So be sure to join us at the BJCC next week. Thank you so much for being with us again. We'll catch you next week on Inside the AHSAA.